All right, we're going to get to today's top stories in just a bit, but we're starting off a little differently this half hour, remembering and honoring the 6 million people who lost their lives to the Nazis during the Holocaust between 1933 and 1945.
So while the majority of the victims of the Holocaust were Jewish people, many other minority groups like homosexuals, people with disabilities, gypsies, and Jehovah's Witnesses were all targeted as well. On this Holocaust Remembrance Day, our Hannah Yeshivi joins us to share the story of one survivor who lives right here in Maine. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Lee and Sharon. I spoke with one of the few Holocaust survivors living here in Maine, Charles Rotmil. He puts a face to one of the darkest times in world history. And today, we remember what he lived through, as well as those that were lost. In 1932, Charles Rotmil was born in Strasbourg, a city on the border of France and Germany. At the early age of 2, he and his family were running away. Why? They were Jewish and the Nazis were invading.
After we'd been walking for 100 miles, and we got on the train crashed. My mother and sister died in the crash. It's horrific. I mean, it's unbelievable.
When Charles was just 6, his father was beaten and arrested by the Nazis.
That was him as a mugshot prisoner.
Quickly after, his father was deported to the Auschwitz concentration camp and died in a gas chamber.
What kind of people do this? What kind of monster did we have at that time that would do such a thing? I can't even imagine.
Charles, at 89, is now part of the last living generation of Holocaust survivors.
I'm a hidden child.
Hidden, thanks to the courage of Father Bruno Reiners.
He hid over like 400 children, but placing them with families. And I was one of those.
As the war intensified, Father Reiners knocked on doors of Christian families.
And say, I have a child who, through no fault of his own, is being persecuted. I need a place for him to hide him. Would you take him? Now, this is the big risk. If you were known to harbor Jews, you could get executed.
It's a risk the Loix family in Louvain, Belgium, was willing to take.
This is a photograph of a family portrait.
Charles is in that picture.
I'm forever grateful to him and the church.
Giving him a second chance at life.
Years later, with the same family.
The family that gave it all to save him.
Some are doctors, some are lawyers.
But during those times of hate and evil, they were humans.
Goebbels was the head of propaganda.
For the past decade in Maine, his mission has been to pass the legacy of the Holocaust to the younger generations by speaking in schools.
I was hoping when I was talking to kids that some of them are there, that would give them hope. I value life a lot. I mean, you know, it is valuable. And I think I live on the edge of almost losing it.
Charles is a living, breathing example of how someone can overcome just about anything with hope, perseverance, and determination.
When I was a kid, I was given a harmonica.
Ever since, Charles carries his harmonica with him.
It makes me a musician. And I think music is very comforting. And I think it must have given me comfort.
Comfort through the nightmares he lived. And now comfort to share his memories. Rotmil says he's had a great life here in Maine, but shared that even here he's been a victim of an anti-Semitic attack. One of his goals is to make sure both adults and students have Holocaust lectures and reminders to never forget. Lee and Sharon.
Yeah, Hannah, thanks for doing that story. And to Mr. Rotmil, you know, he is one of a few people left of that generation. There will not be many more firsthand accounts of what happened. So at 89 years old, to talk to you, Hannah, to go to schools and still kind of get the message out there, it's a testament to him and others who are still around, because soon it's going to be secondhand information. So to hear from the first, you know, the people who were there is huge.
And he has such a powerful story. He's actually writing a book about his experiences. So that should be very interesting too.
Good. As they say, never forget, right?
Thank you, Hannah. Appreciate it.